When the resonance cannot be heard, you have to go by love and devotion. Ultimate name of the game is love and devotion. Without that, nothing can go. Famous saint Paltu says, Sahib ke darbar mein keval bhakti pyar. In the court of that Lord, nothing counts except love and devotion. Everything else falls down below on the way. I am telling you all these things, and it doesn't look easy, does it? And many of you have tried this pretty hard. I know it was hard for me, must be hard for you. We try to meditate, even the simplest of things. Repeating the words is so difficult. We try to repeat, within a few minutes we're thinking of something else. Then we try to bring the words back and fight ourselves. No, you are supposed to be repeating those words, not thinking of other things. And this is meditation time. So we start thinking of the words and thought goes away somewhere else. And we fight. We fight with the mind. Bring the words back. And again the word disappear. And some other thoughts come. We sit for hours. It looks like hours. It's actually 15 minutes. But it looks like we sat for hours and we are so tired and exhausted. Like we lost the battle. What an experience of meditation. Who will meditate if this is the way to meditate? Who will like to meditate? If such an exhausting experience is called meditation, none of us will have the patience to do it. That is why people give up. People get initiated. When they try to do meditation, it's so hard. They give up. Therefore, I should share a secret to you. An alternative to meditation. How about that? A simple, easy alternative to meditation. But it should work very similar to it. If you find meditation difficult, then do seva, service. It's a big word. S-E-V-A. We write like that, seva, service. Do service. Donate your time to service if you cannot donate your time to meditation. Serve your master. Serve people close to your master. You can't find them, serve anybody. One condition. If it is a service, it is not paid service. It is not compensated service. If you are expecting a reward for service, that doesn't count. It should be service without expecting a reward. A service as an offering. Offering to the master. Master, you gave me many methods of coming and appreciating your love and devotion. They didn't work for me, but I'm going to try this method of service now. Okay, I'll perform service. And I'll perform every kind of service as a substitute for meditation. Let me see if it works. Service is an offering without expecting a reward. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna calls it the karma yogi performing his karma without expecting a reward, without expecting any fruits thereof. And then only it becomes a yogic practice. You are giving your time. Service can be of many kinds, not only time. You can do service with money, which is also money service. You give money to somebody. But if you say, no, I've given this money, it's an investment, what will I get? That's not service. You give it and it's given. Without expecting anything, it's service. There can be service of physical labor. You can work for somebody, volunteer to do something without expecting anything. It is service. So there can be service with material things, there can be service with your body, and then there can be service with your mind. What is service with the mind? Service with the mind is to meditate without expecting any reward, as an offering. He said, today's session, I am going to put my 2 hours and I'll only watch you, Master, and I offer it to your service. Not because I'm expecting to go into higher levels or anything. Today, no service. If you can give service with the material things, with your labor, with your time, with your meditation, believe me, the result will be the same as good meditation. That's a big thing, a big alternative. If you find withdrawal of attention through meditation is difficult, try this alternative. And it works. How come this simpler way, an external way of doing things, can work like something that was withdrawal of attention inside? The secret is that when you are going to give service without expecting a reward, it's an act of surrender of the mind. The surrender of the mind is actually high degree of meditation. If you can surrender your mind, then you have surrendered something which is the most important thing for you, which you use all the time. So when you are saying, I'm not expecting a reward, because the mind does not want to do anything without expecting some reward. So you're reversing the very course of the mind. Although it looks like simple that you're doing something externally, you're actually affecting the mind and drawing your attention to where it belongs. And you will see the results coming up. Now, when you do service or seva, it can be any kind of voluntary service. Masters are human beings, we come and serve them. Sometimes it is very simple service. I was a very young boy, this high, maybe 7, 8 years old. And I wanted to do service for great master, Hazur Maharaj Baba Sawan Singh, my master. And all I could think of was that there was people standing behind him, fanning him. The fan was so big. I asked Master if I can fan him. He said yes. Others told Master, he is too small to hold a big fan. He said, no, give him the fan. So I still remember, after so many years, after 80 years and more, I am remembering holding that fan, serving. And the joy it gave me has not left me till today. It was just physical service. Today, I am giving a talk here. You might think I am trying to help you with something. No, I am doing service to my master. Only selfishly, for myself. It's the same service. It's a service which expects no reward except the joy and bliss I get out of it. Every service gives that. It doesn't matter. I helped. Master said, can we build a road from the railroad station up to where we live? I had some contacts with government engineers and with the other people. I worked, got the road built. I felt the same bliss. It doesn't matter what it is. It's not that a particular service is better than the other service. All service is the same. It depends on how you do it, and it's an offering. No expectation of reward. The reward is the bliss that comes automatically without your expecting it. That is why service is important. So many people sometimes want to be volunteering for service. I like that people should volunteer for service. After giving this tip that this is such a good equivalent for meditation, a lot of people would like to do that. And we try to find other ways of providing service. When we have a larger gathering, we need to regulate the gathering. We need to find places so many people volunteer to be sevadars, people offering service. There, I have one word of caution. When you are doing service, forget everything else except that you are doing service for the master. Even if you are If you are not a believer in a master, this service for God, service for the soul, service for spirituality, but not for what you will get from there. And one thing that needs to be taken care of, that you don't expect a reward, and service for the master brings the love of the master into you. And the ego gets back because you are thinking of the master all the time while doing it. But if the ego is strong, and you think you've gone into a position of authority, if you think you've come from sudden ordinary people to police officers, to policing the place, that is not service. I've noticed that sometimes this happens. That just by being given an opportunity to do service, which is a great humbling experience, instead of acting like a humble person, we begin to show off, we have some authority over you. That is not service. If it is not service, that if you give an opportunity to voluntarily help in something, to make it into an exercise of authority. So whoever gets a chance to do this, I would remind them, please be as humble. Think this is a great opportunity given by the master to do something for somebody. Who represents the master? Every person that you serve, no matter who, for you is representing the master. You are not doing it for that person, you are doing it for the master. Therefore, the maximum humility and kindness should be shown if you are given a position where you have to do some regulation. And regulation is necessary whenever we have these, logistically necessary, and people are getting an opportunity to the service. So just be careful, watch out that this opportunity doesn't go into your head and make you feel, oh, I'm superior to others, or I'm different from others. So use utmost kindness when you get an opportunity to serve. And take it like remembering it. I am doing it because my ego failed to meditate properly. I'm using it as a substitute for that. And the master has given me this alternative opportunity and it will work. So these were points I wanted to make so that people who get into that position take good advantage of this. But the alternative works. And those who find it difficulty in meditation, do service. After service, what do? Meditate again. And meditation will be easier. You can try it. The more you live a life of humility, the more your meditation succeeds. Because it's a game of putting the ego in its right place. The right place for the ego is in the back of your head, not in the front. When you push your ego to the back of your head, and the soul, the spirit of your consciousness in front, you do very well.